soggy. It's soggy.
First of all, not off to a good start, because I thought cake mix would come with the frosting, it didn't. So I tried to put sugar icing on, and it's like 2 years out of date, so that didn't work.
I'm just gonna pretend it's not upside down, and I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay, and I'm just gonna stick some candles in so it looks semi-professional. I'm gonna get fucked. Ah! Okay. We're gonna roll with it. I don't know what's worse, the fact that I'm in isolation or the fact that I'm like lighting my own candles on my fill of a birthday cake. I hope it doesn't sound really good. So basically the intention of this video was for me to sit down and go through 23 things I've learned in 23 years, but as you can see I began to have a mild anxiety attack once I realised what the hell am I actually doing with my life. So there was like 20 minutes of extra footage of me trying to actually not stare into space, but yeah, it was a train wreck, and because I am incapable of doing things on my own, I ended up harassing my boyfriend into babysitting me through the entire video because I am a child and clearly these 23 years have not taught me to be a hashtag independent woman, and I do in fact need a man. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I heavily rely on my boyfriend to do the simplest of tasks. Back to the video. Cheers! Oh. Yeah. Well, that was Phil. Do you want to come try this cake? Oh man, it is. It's not good. Mary Berry would not be proud.
No.
Like, listen to the squelch. It's so moist.
It's a sound of good pussy.
Adam, you can't say that! Try off the light.
Very, very sugary.
Yeah, I think I oversaturated it with the ice and sugar. Here's me worried that it was going to be a really dry cake and then oversaturate it with icing and sugar and now it's soggy.
Oh, yeah. I can feel it on my teeth, like. Very.
Well,
happy birthday.
woo!
Oh.
I know. At least we have each other though.
Yeah, come here.
Do you want to go and get pie?
I'll have a pie, yeah, right there.
They're in the kitchen cupboard.
Okay.
Oh, you got a pink one?
Yay!
It's nice.
Move up.
Okay. Oh! We're just gonna cancel that. I'm just gonna put that there. Okay, so I wanted to sit you down with me because I wanted to talk to you about the things that I don't want to do this anymore. Insert.
Right.
left.
You're 23 now.
Okay.
Officially, 20 minutes into your birthday.
Actually, I was born at 1:15, so it was like 6 minutes ago.
Actually. This is going to be a video of us doing vines and TikTok impressions.
That's all I've done for the past 23 years, obviously.
Wow. That's why I love you.
Oh, thanks, Beach.
Oh, bitch.
I can't cope with you. Get out.
Oh, come on. 23 things you've done in 23
I
years.
wanted to start off by doing a video that was kind of chill, but also like, you can get to know me. We'll talk about some things that I've learned in these old wise years that I've been on this planet. Not that I can remember the majority of them. The number one that I've put down is that age doesn't define your knowledge or experiences.
Yeah, definitely, because you can meet people who are really mature, but they're
Like really young.
really young.
Yeah, and like you can meet boomers who are absolute like head cases and just. Wow, that was offensive. Okay, next one. There's a reason for every season. That's a minimalism. It's a minimalism. Minimalism quote. I just think when I sit down and say, well, that happened for that to happen, like, it just makes sense. And it makes me feel better about when bad things happen, because I'm like, oh, well, if something bad happens, it's usually because it's supposed to happen to create change, for you to move on, and like, something better's gonna come around. Do you know what I
So
mean?
kind of like fate or karma.
Yeah, like fate and destiny. You told me this one.
What was this?
You are the product of the top 5 people you associate with. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is a blessing because I'm like surrounded by really good people. And then sometimes when I'm surrounded by bad people, I'm like, oh great, now I'm like, I can see myself picking up on those qualities because they're like the people that I'm hanging around with, like the closest. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that, but I try and like be in control of like what traits that I like get from that.
Yeah, well, the people you hang around with the most, they tend to rub off on you the most.
Which is crazy because then like, see one person out of that 5 people, they're a product of their 5 people, and it's just like all of these people intertwined. And don't associate with people just because you feel obliged to. I try to live by this so much, and obviously it's not possible in every case, given like if you work in situation or you know if you like live with certain people, but I try to not associate with people that make me feel miserable and that I don't feel like bring a positive influence on my life.
Energy vampires.
Yeah, energy vampires and vibes. If it's not the vibe, it's not got a place, I feel. And like, I feel like the past year I've just been like, vibe queen, good vibes only, like get a plaque above the door, like good vibes only. And it's so cringy, but like at the same time I'm like, it's me. That's what I vibe. The vibe.
The good vibes.
The good vibes only. Friends come and go, and you might not have the same friends from school, and that's okay. I feel like there was so much pressure when I was at school that when we were like leaving school, everyone was like, yeah, we're gonna stay in touch, like we're gonna be best friends forever, and like we're gonna grow all together, and like my kids are gonna be friends with your kids and all that, and then like they just disappear, and you're like, but that's fine. Like it's totally fine because like I said, every reason for a season, and like those people that you used to hang around with, they've grown and changed, you've grown and changed, and like you may not necessarily be compatible friendships right now because of the differences, the experiences and the changes that you've had, so like you probably wouldn't vibe each other now.
Yeah, like people come at the right time, or
and like
they go at the right time too. Or...
Yeah, like you don't want to force friendships because you're like, I want to be friends forever. It's like, if it happens, it happens. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, then, well, every reason for a season. I didn't try and force 23 things, but I kind of did because I thought, well, it would F up the title if I didn't, so. People won't change unless they want to. I think some people get, like, caught up on the whole idea of, oh, I'm gonna change this person, wanting to change someone. It's like, well, they're gonna be stuck in their ways unless you have open communication about it. They actively want to change.
So like people wanting to fix people, is that
I
what you're saying?
guess, yeah, like people wanting to change people, like wanting kind of the ego to say like, oh yeah, well, you know, this person was down in the dumps and I changed their life, or like that kind of thing, just like wanting the responsibility or sort of like the, what's the word, bragging rights, to say I changed this person.
Like they take the credit and say,
it's like,
oh, I got this person out of the dark place.
But like, you might not necessarily change someone, or like, you can't change someone unless that particular person actually wants to change, because people are stubborn, and if they don't want to change, they won't. They will stay in their ways, and that's just that. Like,
I think I was really stubborn for a long time, and I was like, I don't need to change, I'm fine the way I am. And then I was like looking back and I was like, well, I'm so glad I changed because I don't like who I was.
And like, everyone needs to change. Like, I think change is seen as such as like a negative thing. Everyone's like, oh, you shouldn't change, or you've changed. Everyone changes, experiences shape us, things happen, and I don't think you would want to stay the same person, because being the same person is boring.
Like time is fleeting, and change is gonna happen whether or not you like it or... Yeah, exactly.
There is always someone out there who does love you. Like, even the people that are like on the streets, think that no one cares about them, like there is always someone for someone. Like, what is it, like 7 billion people on the planet, and you know, there's a match for everyone, and there's a reason for every season. That person might not be with you forever, and that's fine, but there's always like someone, do you know what I mean? In a non-sloppy way. Don't cry.
Hey, it's your birthday, cry if you want to.
I've already cried twice, and I don't want to go through this again. So, maybe not.
True.
The insecurities feel impulsions.
Like me wanting to eat this cake no matter how bad it is.
You have fun. If you set an alarm, who sets an alarm at 4:30 in the afternoon? I do. We're in quarantine.
Well.
Are you insecure about timekeeping so that you set alarms?
Maybe.
I don't really know how to explain this one. Like, in my head it makes sense. The things you're insecure about fuel impulsive thoughts and actions. I feel like that's the best way I can explain it without getting all dark and deep and you know what I mean?
So it's like a trigger. Because you feel bad, you want to do things that make you feel better, but sometimes they are actually they're worse.
Or like because
eating junk food.
because you feel bad about something, like, oh, I feel bad for eating junk food. You're like, I'm gonna go on a diet kick, and then you're like, oh, but I feel really crap about myself, so I'm actually just gonna sit here and eat a 12-pack of Monster Munch. Me.
Snack thing.
And then, which ties in beautifully to the next one, which is you are what you eat.
Yay!
I was the biggest fan. It was a Gillian McKeith, You Are What You Eat, with like, she'd have like pictures of like poo in a house, and she would like have people come live with her, and she would like feed them nutritious food and stuff. Was it just me?
I don't know.
I was obsessed with those shows. Like, she was like showing them up the stairs to the room, and she was like, look at all these poos on the wall. Like, do you not remember?
No.
Right, well, I'm gonna have to show you, because she was queen. And it's so true, because like, if you feel crap and you eat crap, you're gonna continue to feel like crap. But like, if you eat healthy and like, you know, you drink plenty of water, you're like, body of health, vision of health, absolutely got this.
Yeah.
Like, you feel motivated because you're like, oh my god, I had a great breakfast this morning, I took my vitamins, whatever. Like, it's like, you set yourself up for a good, what's the word?
Good day?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Communication is everything. I think people undervalue the power of communication. Like, I think the most common issues that people have in relationships, and not just like romantic ones, is communication or lack of.
I think my issue is I used to not be a great communicator. I would just kind of like sort of seize up and be like, I'm not talking. Like in like moments of conflict, I'd be like,
I don't like conflict, I'm just gonna sit in the corner and pretend I can't hear you because I don't know what else to do about it.
Yeah.
And that just does not work because like nothing gets sorted. It's so important to just like voice your own opinions and to get things out in the air, and then, you know, expressing how you feel, expressing that person expressing how they're feeling is the only way that you're going to find sort of a middle ground and sort of reasoning where you can both be happy.
Yeah. Do you think there's like a balance? So like you say communication is everything. Is it like sometimes there's not enough and then sometimes there's too much? Like, or do you think?
I don't think there's ever too much communication.
Yeah.
Do you think I communicate too much? Is that what you're trying to say to me?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You're like, shut up and stop talking.
No, I was coming from that point of view, like, so like
explaining everything to the point it's almost patronising.
Not really. More like when you have like meetings and stuff. So in a work setting, professionally, you could have like a meeting to communicate like a project, and then you could have a chain of emails that keep going over the same thing.
Yeah, okay, well I guess like effective communication.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
So
to say.
like, yeah, that would just be repetitive and annoying.
Yeah.
But some people, they might need that repetition and reminders. Sometimes you just have to hit rock bottom. Sometimes you gotta get slapped in the face with life to get back up and realise, oh crap, I really need to change some things up. I think, I don't really think you need so much moral though.
Yeah.
And within that, don't let your past dictate your future. I think so many people that I've like been around are so stuck in the past. Me myself, I was also there. I still sometimes go, but like, if you are always living in the past, you're not going to live in the future, you're not going to live in the present, like, you're always going to be like down in the dumps and like thinking negatively about things. Like, you're never going to be positive. Like, I think people who like wear their past on their sleeve in a bad way, like, they're never going to move forward.
Yeah.
It's like, and they'll use excuses for like their actions or behaviours. It's like, oh well, it's because this happened. It's like, that's fine, it's understandable, it takes time to heal, but you can't walk around with this dead horse.
Yeah.
Because it's heavy.
And it will be a barrier to moving on. Like, your past is then preventing your future.
I think everything is hard in the beginning, then it gets easier. So I am always in the mindset of like, I don't want to do this thing because it's really hard, without thinking that, yeah, it's hard because it's in the beginning, you're not experienced in it, you haven't done it before, but like, once you get past this hump, this hurdle of the new thing, and it becomes routine, it's so easy. Like, so I guess this kind of goes into the next one, 14. It does take 21 days to form habits. So in the beginning for me, I was like, oh, I really want to do yoga every day, but that seems hard. Every day seems like a lot. But then after like a week or so, I was like, yeah, it only takes me like X amount of time to do what I want to do.
Things then, yeah.
And then like after the 21 days when the habit is usually formed, it is so easy because it's become a regular habit. So like with you as well, like you make a habit of like constantly doing something artistic every day. But like if you dropped out a day, like that's one day less experience.
Oh, yeah.
So like you're always building up on your experience, even if you do it for like 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes more than if you didn't do it.
Yeah.
So it's like you're reaching those, what is it, like 10,000 hours you were
Yeah, I was going to say about 10,000 hours, because both of them lessons you've learned, they tie into that, because everything being hard when you first try something out and begin it, it's because you have no
experience.
Yeah, you don't have a foundation of that experience that you can build upon. You're learning it from new, like learning a new language or a musical instrument or something when you've never done it before.
I personally don't. I feel like you're trying to tell me I need to pick up that guitar again on my guitar.
You need to pick
I
up
do,
that guitar.
and you know what? Maybe I'll do a 30-day learning to play guitar challenge.
I'll hold you to that.
Oh, don't.
I will.
Is it everyone first day?
15.
Life isn't a race. Everyone works at their own pace. And I didn't want that to rhyme. I'm like cringing now that I've like made that rhyme.
Go on, say it again.
Life is in a race, everyone
It's so true though, and I do it all the time. I'll be sat there scrolling Instagram and I'm like, oh my god, look at Jennifer, she's just gone to Bali, like she's got a dog, like she's learned how to drive, don't mention it, and she's just living life, and I'm sat here eating this soggy ass cake by myself, partially, and just like, you know, like you compare yourself to others and you're like, oh, she's really like, she's got it all, and
Yeah.
you forget, like, there's probably someone out there who's like, God, you know, she's got it all, like, about yourself. And
Yeah.
I think everyone's at this race of, like, oh, we need to, like, quickly get a house, you know, learn how to drive, go on all these holidays, have kids, get a dog. And I'm just like, I'm trying to get myself out of the habit of being, like, jealous of people and, you know, wishing my life away because
I'm like, okay, you know, when I'm 30, I'm gonna have it all together.
and I'm not.
You're like, I'm nearly 30, I don't have it together.
I still paid Warhammer.
But yeah, it's such a hard one, and everyone, like, I think because of social media,
Yeah.
you make what you make of it. Like, you can make it a negative thing, and it can fuel your impulsions. Or you can just take it for what it is and think, oh, you know what, good on Jennifer, but it's fine that I'm doing my own thing, because it's every reason for a season.
Yeah.
When it's right, it's right. So
That's true. There's two things in there. The first is the rat race, which you mentioned about the race, and the second is keeping up with the Joneses. Like, both of them are really unhealthy.
I know, right?
Like, having that mentality is just,
Like,
it's not good.
the
It's
people
toxic.
that, like, want the newest, you know, item going, and, like, it's the flashiest cars, it's the biggest houses, like, man, that's great and everything if that's what you really, really want, but is it really what you want, or is it what you want people to see you have?
That's true, yeah. And I think that's a different point entirely, because what was the point? It was life isn't a race.
Yeah.
And, like, in that, there is healthy comparison.
Yeah.
Because you could say, like healthy comparison would be comparing yourself to your previous self.
Oh, definitely.
So, like, if you compared yourself to who you were last year or 5 years ago, like, you would be worlds apart, totally different people. And the same with pretty much
and
everyone.
if I was still in that mentality, like, I would not be achieving what I am now. So
I mean, in terms of a race with yourself, like, well,
the only true competitor is yourself.
Yeah.
You want to be better than yourself.
yeah, better than your past.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the next one?
I'm still tempted to try and eat that cake. I'm just eating it out of sheer desperation to pretend that it's like a nice birthday cake, but it's not. I think if I just stuck to like a regular sponge, it would have been fine.
It's the icing.
I went ham on the icing.
The icing.
I did like 4 layers on it because
I was like, it's gonna be too dry.
and like it was all clumpy because it's like out of date and I didn't have a sieve, so it was just like chunks of icing, and I was like just chucking it on and hoping for the best. But funnily enough, which comes into my next point, lower your expectations and raise your standards, which is, in my opinion, the key to success, which is also another minimalism quote. I had high expectations, not so great standards, and it flopped. I think that just kind of sums up that point entirely.
I think it's lovely, like, it's the thought that counts. And
You don't have to smuggle with my ego. I'm already pretty hurt. We'll just move on. You're allowed to waste days as... I don't know, it makes me think of that, is it the Foster the People song? Where it's like, every day you wanted to waste, you can. I think that's what the line goes. Have you heard it? No.
I'm not sure.
I think I always get like stuck in the rut of like, I need to be at full capacity all the time, like I need to be like doing things every day so I'm not wasting my life away and I'm living like Jennifer.
Who's Jennifer?
I don't even know anyone called Jennifer. Move on. But like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I struggle with that one myself.
I think we all just feel guilty for taking days to just like lounge about, and at the end of the day, like, you gotta think of yourself as like a battery, and if you don't recharge, like, you're just gonna burn out and...
That's true. Ooh.
burn out. And I'm putting that in quotations because like, I didn't know how else to like, sort of like frame it.
Like, Because
what you feel as like wasting days.
exactly, yeah. Because I have days where I just play computer games all day. And
I feel so guilty.
Yeah,
I feel so guilty. I'm like, I've literally spent 9 hours on this flipper. Like, what have I done? Could have been flipping my own house.
But no, I've been sat here knocking down walls with an imaginary tool hammer.
Like,
that makes it look so easy.
it does. And honestly, it gives me a false high expectation because I'm just like,
Oh my god, that was so easy. I painted like a whole house in like 2 minutes. Like,
When you come to me and you're like, let's paint the bathroom.
yeah, let's paint the bathroom, and I'm like, I just realised that all the prep, and it's actually going to take me 2 hours to paint the bathroom. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like it. I'm just going to go play House Number for another 3 hours. There's no way to say this where it doesn't sound like,
oh my god, I'm gonna go and get that inscript on my hip because it means so much to me.
look, he does that. You'll never truly be happy if you're not truly yourself. Playing the game of trying to be someone you're not is such a hard game, and the upkeep is intense. Like, it's just so much easier to just like be yourself, and even if you're an absolute freak, someone out there will love you.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks.
You're a freak.
Freak. I want to say that I feel like I've always kind of tried to be myself, but I think I've gone through phases being a total people pleaser / doormat / I want to be what you want me to be so we can be the best of friends. And then I'm just like, if you don't like me for me, well, I'll probably cry about it for a little bit, but then at least I know that I'm like being integral to myself.
Yeah.
But
that's where you learn that sort of lesson, because you don't learn it by being yourself. You have to be a people pleaser, get walked on quite a bit before you realise, actually, nah, this ain't for me. Like, I'm gonna do. But then,
are we truly ourselves if we're the product of 5 people around us?
Oh, contradiction.
Oh, let's not talk about it. Your environment does truly impact how you feel. I am such a mother bird with her nest, and I'm like constantly, I need to decorate. No, because I want my nest to be perfect. And like, I'm not nesting because I want a baby. I'm nesting because I am the baby. Like, I just want it to be nice. I am too house proud. I'm like, and I always go through this phase of like, let's redecorate 4 weeks before we have a main event where everyone's going to be around at our house. And I'm like, working at full speed, not sleeping at night, stressed to hell. My bank balance is at like minus whatever. And I'm just freaking out because I've done it again 3 times in a row and never learned. Because I'm just like, ah!
Maybe that's a lesson in there.
That's a lesson that I need to get better at, obviously. The impact does, like, the environment really does impact how you feel. Like, if you are surrounded by dirty laundry and dirty plates and a lot of cans under your bed because you've been drinking every day because quarantine and you've got no rules. What? No? Then, you know, cleaning your environment. If your environment's really clean and tidy, you don't have to worry about it because you're like, oh, I don't have to do any chores. Like, everything's taken care of. But if you're surrounded by so much stuff, you're like overwhelmed and you're like, ooh, don't want to do this. I want to lay in bed and forget about all that laundry that needs done. Trust your gut instincts.
Okay.
Trust your gut instinct. I feel like I could take this 2 ways. If you feel like something is off, it's usually off. 2, personal one, I knew, right, gut instinct, there is something wrong with my gut. There is something wrong with my gut, right? And I was like, no, I'm get it checked out. And then the doctor was like, there's something wrong with your gut. And I was like, gut instinct. I just knew there's something wrong with gut feeling. Just bad guts. The best investments are the ones we make in ourselves. That sounds so cliche. It is what it is. I think investing time, energy, you know, resources, potentially money, like in yourself, you can't go wrong. Like, if you give yourself time to, like, you know, recover from whatever you're going through, you will become a better person. Like, if you know, I don't know, like, I guess in, like, the vanity aspect, if you spend money on yourself to make sure, like, you don't have, like, skin issues or, like, you know, doing, like, moisturizer every day so you don't get crow's feet at the age of 30, you know, like, things like that. Like, I feel like it covers all aspects of, like, yeah, you can invest money in, like, your house, your car, but, like, really, the one thing that's really going to truly matter at the end of the day when we all turn to ash is the investments that we made in ourselves.
Like the memories and experiences
Yeah.
that you create.
I think about like all the things that I invested money in that was so like so just stuff. It's just stuff.
Making me guilty for my Star
Like,
Wars collection.
no, you're gonna feel a bigger return when you realise how far you've came because you've invested that time. You can't flourish in bad soil. I say this all the time. Sorry. I say this all the time, and I feel like it's such a cringy thing, but like, but it's so true. Like, if you try to grow a plant in like really terrible soil, like it's probably not gonna grow. And if you put yourself in bad situations, bad environments, you don't do anything about it, you are not going to grow. You're going to stay the same. Change doesn't happen from being stuck in the same place and doing nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, put some miracle grow in yourself and become a new spring bean, like, and then you'll flourish. And then, you know, everyone will see you shining out there, your little daffodil. You know.
Ties into the one you said about top 5 people you hang around with, though. If they're bad people, chances are
they're bad seeds.
you're gonna have bad traits yourself.
Which brings me on to my final 23rd point.
Okay.
Don't let yourself be a doormat. Call people out on the crap. And that is such a hard lesson to learn.
And do you do that?
No, I don't, but I'm learning and I will try harder.
Good.
I don't think anything else needs to be said more about that. Like, if you respect yourself enough, you won't let these people disrespect you. And I don't respect myself enough, so I let these bitches disrespect me. But we're trying, we're learning, we're growing. I've tried to think of these things that I don't think that I've like accomplished any of these by any means. I think it's just like an ongoing, you learn, it's constant battle, and you know, sometimes you're going to be more uphill than downhill.
And there are things that you're aware of now.
Yeah.
So
I think the more that you kind of like reiterate these to yourself, the more that you kind of take them in and like make conscious efforts to like work on them. So like if I know that I'm like being a certain way, then I'm like, right, stop that, do this.
Yeah, still positive growth.
Yeah.
Personal development.
You look so cute in that hat. I'm just disappointed mine didn't stay on mine.
Oh.
Little pea head.
Do you want to reiterate your 23 points?
Can
you remember them off the top of your head?
And I feel like I've witted on way too much.
Okay.
So feel free to like go back on this video and re-listen to them and just like kind of. I normally watch videos on like ×2 speed. I don't know why. I've got nowhere to go. I'm never really in a rush anywhere. I just get bored.
There's something in that. Life isn't a race.
I hope this wasn't too boring, and I hope that this brought value to someone out there that is kind of feeling a certain way, feeling like time is fleeting. Oh my god, 23 years is a long time. What have I accomplished in that time? It is not a race. It is fine. I'm trying not to freak myself out thinking about it either. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you feel like you have any solid advice and things that you've learned in however long you've been on this planet, feel free to leave them in the comments. And yeah, I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see whatever. I'm not going to put the pressure on myself. So if there's another video, there's another video. If there's not, well, let's just pretend this didn't happen. And I'm going to go and potentially put my cake in the bin because it's not really entirely edible. So yeah, I'm going to run, pretend I've got better things to do, and yeah, bye!